On the last leg of her Asia tour, US Vice President Kamala Harris visited the demilitarized zone that divides the Korean Peninsula. Harris is the first senior White House official from the Biden administration to visit the area. Her visit to the DMZ comes a day after North Korea fired two short-range ballistic missiles into the sea in an apparent protest against the ongoing South Korea-US military exercises. During her visit to the border, Harris called North Korea a country with brutal dictatorship, an illegal arms program, and rampant human rights violations.
The DPRK has a ballistic missile launch program, apparently, including just yesterday, and are destabilizing the peace and security of this region. Our shared goal, the United States and the Republic of Korea, is a complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. In the north, we see a brutal dictatorship, rampant human rights violations, and an unlawful weapons program that threatens peace and stability. The United States and the world seek a stable and peaceful Korean Peninsula where the DPRK is no longer a threat.
Kamala Harris's visit comes amid simmering regional tensions over North Korea's missile launches and China's actions in the Taiwan Strait. Earlier, US Vice President Kamala Harris held bilateral talks with the South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol. Harris touted the alliance between the two countries as a linchpin of security and prosperity on the Korean Peninsula and the Indo-Pacific. The two leaders condemned Pyongyang's nuclear rhetoric and reaffirmed their commitment to the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula.
Thank you for the work that you continue to do to build on the relationship and the enduring relationship between the United States and the Republic of Korea. For 7 decades, the alliance between the United States and the Republic of Korea has been a linchpin of security and prosperity on the Korean Peninsula and in the Indo-Pacific and throughout the globe. I'm here to reinforce the strength of our alliance and strengthen our work together.
Well, South Korea is the last stop on Kamala Harris's 4-day trip to Asia. The aim of her trip is to demonstrate America's commitment to the security of its Asian allies. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Teherani now joins us live from New York. Susan, how exactly is this visit being viewed? How significant really is it?
Well, for the United States, it's somewhat significant considering the fact that the Biden administration has this sort of pivot to Asia. At least at this point, it really has already pivoted to Asia, and Kamala Harris's trip really comes at a difficult time diplomatically. She seems to always have these difficult diplomatic ventures outside of the United States after something has happened here. This was important for her to go to the region after President Biden made that comment regarding Taiwan and how U.S. would go and defend Taiwan despite America's long-standing strategic ambiguity policy and one China policy on the one hand. On the other hand, when it came to South Korea, she tried to send an American value message to the leader of South Korea by having a conference on women empowerment. South Korean president's predecessor had established this quota system of having more women in power. And then when the current president came to power, he sort of took that quota system away. So Kamala Harris sort of tried to send some kind of message as being, the first woman vice president in the United States and sort of uplifting the women of South Korea symbolically as well. So, these are things that are playing to a domestic audience here in the United States as well. And then technologically and on a trade issue, the issue of these cars that have been sort of a talking point between the two sides. Electric car vehicles subsidies were set to be lifted for domestic manufacturings, but not outside manufacturers. And South Korea is a huge hub for manufacturing of electric cars. So I think discussion regarding that was very important for the South Koreans to have with the United States, and Kamala Harris and the United States said that they would have that discussion as well. So, geopolitically, trade, of course, the issue of North Korea, and then, having a presence in Asia at a time when China is such a big threat right now to many regional countries in the United States. It was important for Kamala Harris to go there. Whether or not it was effective, we'll have to wait and see.
Right. Well, so the United States, with this important visit, in a sense displaying its commitment to its Asian allies, it says, and clearly the focus is on China and North Korea. Thanks very much, Susan, for getting us all those details.